Hey everyone, this week we are talking about symptoms of low cortisol. Last week we covered symptoms of high cortisol and I gave you some tips on how to naturally reduce your levels of increased cortisol. And this week we're going to focus all on low cortisol and how you got to that place. So let's get started. Hi everyone. Thanks so much for joining me today. My name is Erica Eller, and I am a certified wellness coach and nutritionist, and I help high-achieving women beat burnout by managing their stress and prioritizing their health. As we focus on stress management, some of my clients will come to me with certain symptoms. And typically what I see is that most people are coming with lowered cortisol symptoms. What's that mean? What are those symptoms look like? Well, last week I talked about high cortisol levels and how when you typically have higher levels of cortisol, that means that you're in a heightened state of stress, which means thankfully you haven't been there very long, or at least in relation to your body's ability to manage the output of cortisol. When you have symptoms of low cortisol, that means that you have been in a state of stress for a pretty long time because your body's ability to maintain the output of cortisol needed for that stress response is diminishing. So what are some of the symptoms of low cortisol? Extreme fatigue. That is the number one thing that most of my clients are coming to me with. The other symptom is low blood pressure. You have salt cravings, you have a very slow recovery from illness or an injury, you have a lack of an appetite, low blood sugar, you tend to have depressive tendencies, and hair loss is one of those symptoms as well. So if you are in a state of low cortisol, if you heard some of these symptoms and they are resonating with you, don't worry. I'm giving you 4 tips today on how to increase those levels naturally and fairly quickly. The first thing, and this is the thing that most of my clients want to just cover their ears and pretend like they didn't hear me, but that is decrease your caffeine. Because as you rely on stimulants to increase your energy because you're so fatigued, you are basically doing the work that your adrenal glands should be doing to send that cortisol up, but also you're really impacting your blood sugar levels. So you have those chronic up and down spikes. So it's really important for you as you are combating stress to really minimize or completely take out caffeine. And I know that that seems like a really big feat to accomplish, but trust me, just taking a decrease each day makes a huge difference in your body's ability to recover. The second thing is you want to decrease sugar intake. For the same reason that you're going to decrease your caffeine consumption, sugar acts as a stimulant. And so you want to make sure that you're minimizing that intake as well. Plus, it's an inflammatory. And I mentioned in the video before with symptoms of high cortisol, you really want to decrease your inflammatory foods that you're taking in. And sugar is one of the top inflammatory items. The third thing, and I think this is a really key piece that a lot of people are missing. And I don't know if it's just a lack of knowledge or if it also seems like a really confusing thing to do, but you want to make sure that you're increasing your vitamins, your minerals, and adaptogens to help balance your cortisol levels. As your body is in a chronic state of stress, it's truly depleting nutrients from your body. And it's not a secret that we, as an American society, eat really poorly. Our foods are not nutrient rich. We're typically grabbing processed foods, things that are quick through the drive-through, fried, fatty, and just really nutrient poor. And so as you have a heightened state of stress or your fight or flight, your body demands a lot more vitamins and minerals. So it's really important that you are supporting your body so that it can recover. And so utilizing a comprehensive protocol that includes vitamins, minerals, and adaptogenic herbs will really ensure that your recovery is much faster than if you did it without. And the fourth tip that I have for you is along the lines of vitamins, minerals, and adaptogen herbs. You want to make sure that every meal you consume has a protein, a fat, and a carbohydrate. But the carbohydrate you want to make sure is more of a form of fiber. Think leafy green vegetables. Diet is key when you are dealing with chronic stress. If you give your body back the nutrients that it needs, especially in times of chronic stress, your recovery is going to be faster, you'll feel better, and your cortisol levels will be more normalized. If you're struggling with stress and you're wondering where to start, especially as you heard some of these tips, while they might seem fairly easy, you just don't know which way to go. I have a 30-day stress reset kit for you. In that kit, I give you a 30-day supply of vitamins, minerals, and adaptogens that are necessary for a body under stress. You also get a comprehensive guide that truly takes you on a journey to wellness and revitalized health. You don't have to do this alone. You don't have to be wandering without a map anymore because I give you everything you need. And this protocol that is included in the 30-day stress reset is the very same protocol that I have my clients on when I'm working with them individually. This is truly the most complete protocol that I have found on the market that is typically only available through practitioners. But you can get it in your 30-day stress reset. Click the link below to find out more about the kit. With this kit, you are well on your way to a less stressed life and revitalized wellness and increased energy. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll talk to you soon.